Got any Halloween stories?
I do have a Halloween story. I have
Do you?
a couple, don't I?
Do you have some Halloween stories we can?
We used to trick or treat.
Okay.
Did
well,
you used to trick or treat?
You know what? We'll talk about that here. We'll save it for the show, I guess.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and happy Halloween. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
This is our Halloween edition of Just Talking Out Loud. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to talk about everything Halloween, as you might have heard, because I'll probably put that on the beginning. Talk about, we were just talking about Halloweening, and I don't remember really going out.
You don't remember trick or treating?
I remember spreading the candy on the floor, and back in the day, we're going to probably date ourselves now.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Because back in the day, we used to get the full-size candy
bars. Oh, yeah.
Because they didn't have the minis. They didn't have all these choices that you have, the little ones and the bigger bars.
We got lots of Reese's peanut butter cups and Snickers and
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have... In fact, seeing we started right now, we'll start with candy, but yeah, I don't I remember going through all the stuff. Used to get the wax lips.
But you don't remember actually trick-or-treating?
I really don't. I remember a mask, and I'm trying to remember what the mask was. It used to cut into your eyeballs because they were always the real plastic.
Big, yeah.
And sometimes you had to cut the eyes out
more
bigger, and then that made them even worse. You could take out a retina with those things sometimes. But because you used to have the wax lips, and then you always toilet paper.
Remember the little bottles with the juice in them, the wax bottles, wax bottles, and you'd get bubble gum and like hands full of Red Hots, or what are they, Fireballs and bubble gum and stuff like that. You got that and Dum Dums and Sweet Tarts and those were your kind of things that people gave if they didn't give a full size bar.
And you always toilet papered the house that gave you fruit and veggies.
Yeah, and there were some homemade cookies and stuff sometimes.
Sometimes,
and then like an apple or an orange and
right. But no, I remember the wax lips. I remember the.
I remember, what are they called? Dum Dums or something, like chocolate covered something,
Yeah.
Milk Duds. I loved the Milk Duds.
Yeah.
You got it was like a full-size candy bar full of Milk Duds, like yellow,
I always remember my dad going through the
like
candy
the movie
too.
candy, yeah.
See what he liked. It'd always disappear.
And Twizzlers, yeah.
Twizzlers. Matter of fact, Halloween spending is supposed to go to $12.2 billion this year, just on spending for Halloween.
What do you mean spending, like for
overall
candy?
spending?
Oh, for decorating and stuff. Oh, yeah. It seems like more people are decorating for Halloween than they do for Christmas anymore.
It sure seems that way. That we've seen the house just today.
Oh, yeah.
Just decked out.
Oh, yeah, with a werewolf and a great big ghost and the whole yard's decked out and great big things and the big blow-ups and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, that's up from 10.6 billion last year. So a lot of people really going way out.
And that's what gets me. But yet we're trillions of dollars in debt, our country is.
Yeah, but we'll spend $12 billion just on Halloween.
Right.
Well, it's our government spend our money. It's not us. They're taking our money.
But that's why the government should be like every other corporation and have to balance a budget.
Yeah, exactly.
And they should have a plan right now to be paying off part of that debt every year, whether that means they take pay cuts.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
The CEO at a company takes a pay cut.
You just made them all scary. Mm-hmm. So favorite Halloween, they were talking about a lot of people are going to really participate in Halloween activities, dress up. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. Consumers plan on spending $3.9 billion on decorations, $3.6 billion on candy, $2 billion and $1.4 billion on adult and children's costumes, respectively.
And how much do we plan on spending on any of that?
None. Well, candy.
Well,
so
we
it'll
will
be a
buy
bag
of candy.
Bag of candy from Sam's or wherever we get it.
Yeah. wherever I find it on sale.
And it's not cheap.
No,
so we're
it's
going to
not.
spend our $20.
Yeah. Last year at the end of the year, I hit some sales, so we have the house to be decked out.
Yeah.
The big spider web.
We've got a spider web.
We don't have anything that great. I mean,
No.
we have a big spider web with a spider in it and a little ghost with a little pumpkin bucket.
And that Fen
blow
likes it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. And we do have the witch or the ghost that we could put to the stop sign or the no outlet sign or whatever that makes noise. I don't even know if it made noise at the end of last year.
So we were talking about candy. I have the top 10 candies.
Ooh, let's
All right.
get
So
Reese's peanut butter cups.
number 1.
Yeah, I would say.
That's number 1.
Yeah. How about your favorite Milky Way? No, not Milky Way. Three Musketeers.
Not on the list.
Three Musketeers is not on the list.
Not on the top 10.
Okay, how about the Milky Way? Is it?
Nope.
Are you serious?
And I think it should be, but it's not. Some of these are just, to me,
How about just a plain Hershey's bar?
yes. Well, Hershey mini bars are on here.
And,
so that kind
so
of.
that's Hershey. That's the crackle. All
yeah.
of
That's
them.
number 9.
That's number 9. Okay, let
I
me
don't
see.
think you
I'm trying
mentioned.
to think of
So you mentioned Milky Way, Three Musketeers, but you didn't mention another
Snickers.
one. Snickers is number 10.
that's number 10.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. What would
Number
I
8,
think my
you'll never
kids
gonna. There's no way number 8 should be on here.
really? I'm thinking Reese's is number 1. Well, let's see if Butterfinger's
No.
on there. It's
No.
not on there.
Mm-mm.
How about
My second favorite, and Fenn's
Kit Kat?
favorite.
M&M's?
M&M's is number 2.
Now, do they have all M&M's?
It just
under
says
that?
M&Ms.
M&M's. Okay, so how about Skittles?
Skittles is number 4. What's Hot Tamales? That's number 3.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids
Is
have been
number
out for
5.
a while. We were never one for. I always liked those little runts. Did they make it?
Starburst.
They're like the runts are kind of like sweet tarts.
Yeah, Starburst is number 6.
Starburst made it.
Hershey Kisses, number 7. Candy Corn, number 8. There's no way it should be on there.
Well, candy corn's traditional though, so
But it also made the worst
candy.
candy, too. So for the second year in a row, guess what number 1?
Worst candy?
Yeah, this candy, if I give you this hint, you're going to know what it is. When we went to my grandmother's, my dad's mom, she used to have this all the time. This
Caramels.
candy. If I say it, you're going to know what it is. It's orange and
Peanuts.
yeah, circus peanuts. Remember
peanuts.
the circus
Yeah,
peanuts?
yeah, your dad loved them.
Yeah, he did. That's number 1. That's the worst
Candy.
America's worst candy. Candy corn is number 2. Circus candy number 1. Necco wafers is number 3.
Was that kind of like what we ate? Like the little Debbie wafers or no?
Probably. Yeah, I'd say that's.
Oh,
probably
and
what
I
they were.
love that. If they got peanut butter and chocolate, I'm there.
Peanut butter kisses is number 4.
I love peanut butter kisses.
I know. Oh, you were talking about the little bottles, the wax cola
little
bottles. That's number 5.
Do they still make them? I haven't seen them
I
in
haven't
years.
seen them either.
Of course, I wasn't looking for them either because that was never my favorite candy, so I don't buy it to pass out.
Mary Jane's,
Mary Jane's are like the little caramels.
number 6, is the worst
I
candy.
remember getting them when I was young.
Smarties, number 7.
I like Smarties. They're sweet tarts, aren't they?
Well, this would be on your list of the worst because these are all worst. Licorice, number 8.
I don't like black licorice, but I like your strawberry Twizzlers.
You know the bit of honey? Remember the bit of honey candy?
Yeah, I like
Little,
bit
looks
of honey.
like
I remember getting them. in
Tootsie
my-
Rolls.
Yeah,
we used to get
we used to get
those.
a lot of that.
And Tootsie Rolls, number
Yeah,
10,
Tootsie
worst
Rolls.
candies.
Oh, we used to get Tootsie Rolls and bit of honey.
That just threw me off with
and
the
the other
candy
one,
stuff.
it's like a caramel lollipop. What was it called? Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
Remember Sugar Daddies?
Yes.
I loved.
Yeah.
I had a kid at school that liked the Sugar Daddies.
My mic is falling
Wonder how
on
he's
me.
doing. And I used to buy the Sugar Daddies when I'd see him, and I would bribe him to do his work at school. Who's that? One of the kids at school.
Oh, okay.
I'd say, you do
I'm
all
sorry.
of that, all of those papers, and I got a Sugar Daddy with your name on it.
You know what? I just remembered I had was going to use the computer on one because it talked about every state and what was the favorite candy of every state, and I don't feel like hooking it up now. But
Oh, you.
some of them were kind of surprising what they were. I was trying to think I think ours, Pennsylvania, was the Hershey's mini bars. So just a whole bag of whatever was in there.
Like crackle and
The problem with mini
they
bars.
the mini bars have crackle and dark and peanut and all kinds of stuff in them.
The problem with the minis is it takes 20 of them to make one big candy bar. That's the problem.
But if you take a handful, you got 5. So
that's true. My mic is falling on me constantly. I've been trying not to spend any more money because we're retired now. Well, I'm not retired.
I'm sorry, I'm retired.
Terry's retired.
I'm really not retired though.
Well, you are. You're retired from working.
But some days it seems like I work harder. Even some days on my days off, I work harder because I'm trying to exercise and get in shape, and I'm trying to get the house, kind of reorganized. So it seems like I'm working harder than I did when I worked.
What is your? Well, let's finish up the candy one with what is your number one candy? Reese's
peanut butter cups. I like Butterfingers. I like a lot anything with peanut butter in it. Usually,
I love Three Musketeers.
Kit Kats didn't make the list at all, though. Either.
No, I like Kit Kat. That's true.
The Kit Kat's been around a while, and I think it's a lot of people's favorite. Yeah,
I agree. But I'd have to any of those candies. I don't go wrong. I eat them. I'm equal opportunity. That's for sure. We were talking about when we first came on, and I was asking you about what do you remember about Halloween, and like I said, I don't really remember going. It's so weird that I don't remember. But you had a story about your brother was going as the devil.
Yes, my mom dressed him in, like, me and Janet had just started like ballerina classes, and so she got a leotard that was red and tights that were red, and she got 2 things of tights, and she took a clothes hanger and she unbent it, and she put a fork in the end of it, and she put a thing of tights over it, and that was his tail, and she put a hole in the leotard, and it was strapped around him somehow, and the tail was sticking out, and so it kind of pointed up, like she had it bent, so it pointed in a circle with the fork up. And she actually put a metal fork in there, and she taped it all together and stuck it in the leotards, and he was the devil, and he had little horns on his head. And that Halloween, Janet and I were old enough. We must have just moved to our neighborhood, which was like a little subdivision. It had four streets going one way and 2 on the end. And then there was a little bit of woods, or like a field with what we called BB Lane was there. And then there was an apartment building. And the boys were old enough that she let them go through our neighborhood. And then I think the next year after this, she let them go back out without me and Janet and hit the apartment building too.
Okay.
But that year that he was the devil, he was probably 9, 10, maybe 11. But I was probably 4.
Yeah.
I was in kindergarten. So I might have just turned 5. No, I was ready to turn 5. So I was 4. And we would step on his tail. We would walk behind him and step on his tail and listen to him scream when we let go of it, because that wire would smack him
would
at
go
the
right
rear end.
snap back into his rear end.
And our brothers tormented us horribly the whole time we were young. So that
was your payback. That was his payback.
His payback that whole night. Every time we could step on that tail, we would step on it and then run off of it, and it would smack him, and you'd hear him scream.
When was the last time you went Halloween? Do you remember? How old were you? Do you remember?
I don't think I went once we moved here. So 6th grade was probably my last year. And I moved to Pennsylvania in 6th grade in December 28th, 1975. We moved here, and I was in 6th grade, and that was probably that year, I believe Janet and I were big enough to go trick-or-treating. We went through our neighborhood and the apartments. You know, there was like, I don't know how long of a road it was. It was like a little gravel lane that went in between that you didn't have to go out on the main drag.
What did you dress up as? Do you remember? See, I
think
don't
a
remember.
Gypsy. I think
gypsy?
a gypsy.
That's why I said I have no. It's weird that I have no recollection of.
But I don't
any
ever
of that
remember my mom buying like a costume for us. She went and she used old stuff around the house that maybe was a little too tight or whatever, and she altered and sewed and made costumes for us. Like I remember the boys being bums or pirates or whatever, but it was all just a hat they found that they could crinkle up to look like that, and she might put a staple in it or, and sometimes it was paper hats or whatever.
Right.
It was not.
A lot of our costumes we made for our kids were all homemade.
Yeah.
Nathan went as a Dracula. RJ went.
Now I did buy a cape, but that cape we had for how many years of Halloween and different times, and then I didn't buy another cape, I think, until RJ was in middle school and he wanted to be Vincent.
Yeah.
And it was red on the inside and black
Yeah,
on the
that was-
outside.
He was older. He was a lot older than that. He was the Undertaker
At 5th grade.
at 5th grade.
And the 6th grade, it might have been the 6th grade thing that he was Vincent for. Or
Yeah.
was it after that? It
think
might
it
have
was-
been his older.
I was gonna
And
think
he
he
was
was older for
Mario
that.
one year in there, too. I
Yeah.
found a pair of overalls at Goodwill.
I'm trying to think that he
and
might have been
and he had.
a freshman or a sophomore one of those.
and
2
he was
years.
still, he was, yeah.
He always dressed as Halloween.
I know he went off to college and he still had Halloween parties and dressed up.
I don't know if you know this or not, but the big Halloween costume this year, you might be surprised, you might not be. Barbie. So a lot of Barbie will be coming to because of that Barbie movie.
Oh.
There was a Barbie movie, and it seemed like that's going to be the hottest new costume this year. Which that's number
Is there
one.
a Ken for the guys?
Oh yeah. There's a Ken costume. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Are
Which
they
is
Malibu, so they're in their bikinis?
no, I doubt it. Well, it might be like it looks like bikinis, but it's all one.
But a suit that you
a
step
suit.
into that it looks like you're
Right.
a hot.
Witches and vampires are the third most popular Halloween costume for adults, and according to the National Retail Federation, also in the top 10 for kids is witches and adults, and people are going to spend about $4.1 billion on outfits this year. And speaking of outfits,
I know our kids are going as dinosaurs and a dinosaur egg, I believe.
yeah, Beckett, our youngest one's going to be almost 2 months, November 6th. He'll be an egg, a dinosaur egg, and then Fenn is going to be a dinosaur. I saw the costume hanging. It's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of dressing up, I don't know if you had a dog. We've never had dogs when I was growing up. Did you ever dress your dog up for Halloween? Because that seems like...
No, back then I don't know of anyone who really dressed their... I bet some people did, but my mom wasn't going to spend money on dressing no dog up.
And it's not just dogs. A lot of people have their service animals.
Oh, yeah, but people dress their animals
Their
up
cats,
all the time.
dogs, rodents, reptiles. 51% are planning on dressing their animals.
And they'll spend $20 to $30, and you won't even let me spend $10 on a coat for a dog.
Well, he doesn't need a coat. He already has a coat on. It's naturally
I
built
wanted to
in.
buy, when Rigby was here, I wanted him to have a rain slicker with a hat so that his head wouldn't get wet and just his tail would stick out, and goulash or some kind of rain boots, so he wouldn't have to bring all that into my house.
Some of the costumes said that, according to a new poll, appearance reveal that scary and pulp culture costumes. Oh wait, did I fast forward this? 'Cause I had a start. I thought there was a thing here. The best Halloween costumes. Scary, cultured themes tend to fill the basket up faster. 3 and 5 believe that. Oh, here it is. 3 and 5 believe that creative costumes garner more candy. So a lot of people are DIYing it.
I mean, that's what we always did. And I've kept some of the gaudy jewelry up there that I should put in a bag just for if someone wants to be a pirate or
a wrestler. Our kids used to be lots of wrestlers.
Wrestlers, or if or a gypsy or like Cleopatra. I have a necklace that would be great for Cleopatra if you had a long black wig and put all the, real gold jewelry on and make it look all.
Well, this says pirates, and Zack was Captain Jack Black.
Mm-hmm.
No, Captain Jack Sparrow.
And he looked just like a mini one. He then that next summer they had that play.
We should have.
That play was funny.
Yeah, the play. They were young.
Yeah.
So vampires and pirates, scary characters, superheroes, villains, pulp culture. When asked about the weirdest costume that a kid has asked for, one said a chicken nugget. One of their kids wanted to be a chicken nugget. Must eat a lot of chicken nuggets. A blue tarantula. And one kid wanted to be a green bean.
And I've seen people take a box and make it into a lot of different things, like a Rubik's Cube, a dice.
I've seen that.
I've seen them make it into a washing machine and put like a picture on the front, like the clothes, or washing, or an oven. That I've seen a kid be a table before too, with their head in the middle of the table.
Barbie. This is the list of the best Halloween costumes according to experts. Number 1 is Barbie. That's because of the movie. Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family is number 2. Ariel from The Little Mermaid, number 3. And she's still popular, I guess, huh? Did they have a new movie for that too?
They might.
Oh. Maverick from Top Gun. That's fairly recent. Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton. With the big hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the top 5. That would be a good one. They did another poll, and it said that Freddy Krueger is the favorite horror icon among 54% of people. Other spooky icons, Chucky, the Chucky doll. Ghostface, and Jack Torrance, which Jack Torrance, is that from the movie The Nightmare on Elm, or no? Is that something else?
I don't.
That shows you how much we don't watch a lot of horror movies. From Nightmare on Elm Street. There it is, yeah. But anyway, a lot of people, Wednesday seems to be very popular. I'm sorry. The Nightmare on Elm Street is the most iconic horror movie, but that title belongs to Friday the 13th. That's the number 1 horror movie people turn to. Although I remember going to see Halloween in a movie theater. I think me and Melissa, I was probably, I'm trying to think what year that was.
Middle school sometime?
Middle school, yeah. And that movie freaked me out back then. I never have been much of a horror movie.
Your dad loved them.
Oh, he loved he loved them.
Oh, he got our kids started on Beetlejuice very young.
Yeah, but that's not you say horror, it's like The Exorcist.
Remember, my kids were 1 and 2.
Yeah, I know.
And 2 and 3, and 1 and 3, and watching Beetlejuice. So that is kind of freaky for a 1-year-old to watch.
He loved it, though.
Oh, yeah.
He loved it.
RJ had the Beetlejuice mask. Remember the mask with the snakes that came out?
Yes.
Scared the poop right out of Sam.
Yeah. Carrie is up there for movies. In fact, I have a list of movies. I don't know how I got into movies. This is just part of it. But if you want to be go as a couple, Barbie and Ken, you can go as Barbie and Ken, Mario and Luigi, or even Princess Peach, if you have your significant other want to go with you. Bob Ross and a happy little tree. So you have the big hair, right? And he's got the easel and the paint. But the painting is you, and you're the easel, and it's got a tree on there. And he's like painting the tree.
So in other words, your face is the tree, the bushy part of the tree with the coming up.
Well, actually, it's like the head sticks out, but it's all part of your body.
Yeah.
From what I saw. Scooby-Doo is number 4. You can go as Shaggy or one of the, what is that called? I just lost it. What was Scooby-Doo?
Mystery Machine.
Yeah, the Mystery.
I'd
Fred,
be the bus.
Freddy.
That would be good. Be the bus.
Was it
the
Freddy?
Van.
The mystery van.
I got pictures of it.
What is it? Shaggy, Scooby, and
I want to say Darcy, but
it's can't remember the names of the.
Oh, we should know them all.
I know.
Freddy is
Freddy.
one of them. You said Freddy.
Did I say Freddy?
Yeah, you
I
said
don't remember
Freddy.
saying Freddy. It's the girl. I thought it started with a D.
It does. It's
And then the girl with the glasses. And always
Marcy.
always wore the... I'm going to have to... I don't have my phone. Right?
Monica. No, I'm like, I can't think of them. Why can't I think? I should know them all.
Thelma's the
Thelma's
one
with the glasses. And the other one did start with a D. Darcy, Danica.
People are screaming at our...
I know, they're saying,
they know the name.
It's
Yeah, and I can't think of it. Maybe on break I'll have to look it up. And The Little Mermaid is number 5.
Oh, okay.
So those, if you want... And now I don't know what you would be... I don't know any of their characters from Little Mermaid.
See, I would go for something old, like, I don't know. If we were going to a party and me and you dressing up, it would be a couple, like James Bond and one of his sidekicks, or you know what I mean?
Right.
One of his loves in one of the movies, or I would do more something like that, or something old like
If we were going to a
King
Halloween...
and a Queen, you know.
if we were going to go to a Halloween party, if we were invited to dress up, I was trying to think what we would be. Like, what would we... And I don't know.
Or like M&M's.
Oh yeah, we could do him. We could be M&Ms, but you'd have to buy the costume. Well, we don't have to.
It might be
You
hard
could- you
to
could
make,
probably-
but I think you could make
You
it.
could do a peanut. You know, have
peanut
like
M&M
a bigger,
and a plain
bigger
M&M,
one, a
or-
peanut. But then I was thinking, if we wanted to be a character or something, what would we be?
I remember one of the guidance counselors was a hot dog one year. It was really cute.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that'd be
She
cute.
had this little thing.
The hot dog in the bun. Was it the bun
It
too?
was the bun, yeah. She looked like she was the hot dog inside the bun, and the bun came around her. Yeah.
This is not really Halloween, but it was just weird that this came up. They were talking about, and we'll use this one, then we'll go to break. We'll come back we're going to talk about the world record pumpkin. We're going to talk about the Friday the 13th.
We just had one, didn't we?
Yeah, we just had it. So we're going to talk about that for a minute because of what people do on Friday the 13th, which really kind of surprised me. And if you're carving pumpkins, you got to be careful. We'll talk about that. And we got a bunch of stuff here coming up. But I want to end with this one on this first part. Women feel least attractive on this day. Do you know what day it is?
Is it a day every month?
Have you ever felt, let's put it this way. Have you ever felt like some days you just look better than others?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get up and you have a bad hair day. You have you didn't sleep well. You don't feel,
Yeah, nothing, no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a great hair day, but you just don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Any idea what day women feel least attractive? Like
Monday.
Mondays, that's true. They did this survey of women over 18 and up, and they live in city or all over. Women feel least attractive on Mondays, late at night, and early in the morning. Wow, that doesn't leave a whole lot of time to feel good. If you think about it, you just use up all your time. Mondays, late at night.
Those are times when
early
I'm in
morning.
bed. And I used to be up early in the morning getting ready, but
They say women feel the best about their appearances from a mere 3 hours a day between noon and 3. Does that sound about right for you?
I don't know.
Nah, I mean, that just, that's scary if you feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way, should you?
I don't know. I just been kind of going with the flow lately.
Yeah, well, when you're retired, you don't have to have a flow.
Well, I don't have a lot of notice when I plan to do one thing and then all of a sudden I'm doing something else. So
Well, you're on call.
I'm on call all the time.
You're on
so.
call. Okay, so when we come back, we're going to talk about some movies, horror movies, any ones that we've seen. We're going to talk about Friday the 13th and a whole lot more. So don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, It's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. All you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. So we just had Friday the 13th, falls on, every once in a while, falls on the actual day.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I saw this story, and apparently Friday the 13th is a very lucrative day for tattoo artists.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's just like, with pumpkins at Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
And turkeys at Thanksgiving. Apparently, tattoos have become a symbol of a day that is usually associated with like bad omens, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to see any black cats.
So they get tattoos on
No
that day.
no breaking mirrors. Apparently, I know. I was thinking of what's her. Did you look it up?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you were looking it up
What?
for the Scooby-Doo.
Goof characters? No, I wasn't. I can't. I got an advertisement on here and it's stuck on it and I can't get it off.
So yeah, Friday the 13th. Apparently, people go get inked up, and it doesn't really say like what they. Some people put the actual number 13.
I wonder how we should look up how many people have tattoos that they regret and what are the top 10 tattoos that they regret having. Like,
oh yeah, like and where?
Yeah, like Lauren has a stake right in between her, and she's like, I wish I wouldn't have got that one.
In between her, on her chest there. Yeah, that's a good one. We should have looked at. I never thought of that.
There's probably a lot of people that get tattoos and then regret them.
I'm sure there are some that, especially if they're not done
very well.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, when you're young, you think something's cool, and then as you grow older, you're like, oh, that's not so cool anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people, as they get older, are getting tattoos.
Yes.
Maybe something of, even if it's just initials of someone.
You've wanted me to get one, and thank goodness I didn't get one where you wanted me to get it, because it would be mush now.
Why would it be mush?
Because you wanted it low on my back. I've had 3 back surgeries. It would be like,
yeah.
If I would have got a butterfly or something, it would look like a crow now.
They cut right in half.
Or they would have to put a beak on it. They'd have had to repair it, quite a bit. So
I'd rather you get one on your ankle, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that hurt more on your ankle?
Who knows? Probably. Like, I see a lot of people on the top of their foot.
Yeah,
they'll get a flower or something, and I think that's cute. But that seems very
painful.
Like bony.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You'd have to ask someone that actually had a tattoo. I guess those of you that have one, you can tell us what hurt the worst.
Yeah.
Which one hurt you the worst. But I think a lot of people put a lot of thought into what. I think, for the most part, unless if it's, you're out and about with a bunch of buddies and you're half hammered, you might not think about it. But for the most part, I think people do think about what they're going to put on their body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would hope so. But like I said, your opinions change as you get older sometimes. And I mean,
Well, yeah, as you get
like
older.
something I might have thought of as cool when I was younger. Like some people go through a skateboard phase and they're all into skateboards. And then as they get older, they're like, well, I've got all these skateboard tattoos and they're not even into it. As they get older, you know, or, you know what I mean? It could be a hobby or it could be something that you just thought was cool and then you just kind of outgrow some things.
Right. So listen to this, Terry. This guy in Minnesota had grown pumpkins. He had actually grown pumpkins that weighed almost 2,000 pounds. So he was going for the record. And the record, I believe, was like 2,500. I should have looked that up and I didn't because this was one of those last things you see before you go on air. And the world record that he set was a pumpkin that weighed 2,749 pounds.
Whoa.
And they named it Michael Jordan. And I forget the whole reason why they named it Michael Jordan. Something about where he planted it, 23 something was significant. That's his number when he played. Anyway, so he drove this pumpkin from Minnesota to California because you have to get it weighed. And you have to have all these judges
to make it sure that it's
and then he won $35,000.
Really?
Yes.
Because he drove it that far?
No, because it was the largest pumpkin.
Okay.
And beat a world record. So he won $35,000. So how about that?
That would be worth the drive.
Well, it was 35 hours from where he was in Minnesota to California.
Oh, my goodness.
To where they were weighing the pumpkin. And remember, you got to drive this pumpkin that weighs, almost 2,800 pounds.
So they had to have a trailer or something.
Yeah.
They had to have...
It'd have to be enclosed, I would think.
Yeah, well, if it rolled, it could really cause some problems
if that thing rolled, look out.
Yeah.
I'm sure they strapped it down. So congratulations to that gentleman who I don't think we could, I don't know how would we even get it out of our yard? The 2,700 pound
get it
pumpkin.
up the hill. Just getting it up the hill would be.
There's no way. It's not happening here.
It would be difficult.
Are you busy? Am I interrupting?
Oh, yeah.
Some things? What are you doing?
I'm playing.
Are you
cards.
playing games? Mm-hmm. Seriously?
Yeah.
You've never done that.
I know.
During a podcast, and now you decide you want to do that because you're not paying attention.
A while, but I am paying attention now.
People are going to know that you're not involved.
Oh, I am
not
involved.
In tune what
I'm
we're
very
doing.
involved.
A majority of people say that they've seen a ghost. You ever seen a ghost?
I mean, no. I mean, I've seen pictures that people take on their phone.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a ghost personally?
And you can kind of see the ghost in the background of it or whatever, but no.
Well, sometimes with those kind of things, though, you feel like you're
being set up.
Like you can, because there's so many things you can do online nowadays. With putting things in place, and you can.
So you don't know if someone set it up. Yeah.
60% have said.
But the ones Zachary had were at the graveyard, our local graveyard.
Where he had
there
on
was
his,
nothing.
on his.
I mean, and they did look like a ghost. So
60% say they've seen a ghost in their lifetime. 40% think their pet has seen a ghost.
Our pets have acted weird, like, "Hey, what's that?" And they're looking and cocking their head, like, "Hey, what's that?"
They look weird anyway. And they're barking at nothing half the time.
I don't know. The neighbors don't bark at.
Or maybe
some
it
of
is
the dogs bark at.
Maybe
There's walkers around here, and they bark every time they walk. Even though you'd think they get used to that person walking, and it's the same person all the time.
No, they never. That's their way of, protecting their territory. 1 in 3 have either lived in or stayed in a house that they felt was haunted. Again, I can't. None of this.
I don't relate.
None of this applies to me.
I mean,
I wish I had
Zachary
a story.
has been gone on ghost hunts. He's gone to the penitentiary at night on Halloween tours just to see a ghost. I mean,
we've watched shows.
Yeah.
Trying to find a ghost on TV.
Yeah.
Just never really
or the
materialized.
Ghost hunters or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Gross. It's not like Ghostbusters where you can just watch a movie and it pop out.
Yeah.
Although we did have a story we had last week about the lady had sex with a ghost for 20 years. So That was a relationship that lasted until she saw him. And then that ended it because she thought he was ugly. So.
She must have liked him in some way.
Or he liked her. Pumpkins, carving. You've been carving pumpkins, well, I guess when you were little too, I'm assuming.
I can't remember.
You ever get hurt?
I remember. I don't remember anyone getting hurt, but I remember toasting the pumpkin seeds and eating them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mom used to put them in the oven.
They were talking about pumpkin.
That doesn't sound like something my mom
carving.
would do now, does it?
No.
But she did do things for her kids when.
No, I'm not.
Young.
I mean, I believe it then. I'm just as you get older.
Your mom ever toast your pumpkin seeds?
No. I mean, I'm just trying to remember. I know we've carved pumpkin, but it's just a memory I don't have. It's weird.
Your life was just too good.
Is that what it is? You just don't remember? So. But I don't have any bad I don't have any horrible memories other than getting hit with a wiffle ball and going blind in one eye
and that's
it felt like a month, but I think it was only a week.
Yeah.
But that's my only really horror story that I have, which is a good thing. Could be worse. So.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't remember you've ever heard any stories about anybody getting hurt carving a pumpkin?
No.
You were talking about if you're carving a pumpkin, just rather than using a knife.
I remember Christmas mornings that people had to go to the emergency room.
Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because the skeet shooter went off, cut my dad. He had to go to the emergency room
and
get stitches.
That could have been a lot worse too, though.
Yeah. I mean,
that could have been really bad.
Not carving pumpkins. We never did it. I mean,
they say not to use like a knife, to use actual.
They have those tools,
pumpkin carving tools that you have.
And I have some in there.
Yeah, I've seen.
And they do make it easier.
Well, gives you
Except the handles are sometimes plastic and they break off, and then you got this little tiny piece that you're trying to.
Well, it actually gives you the actual, like if you wanted a jaggedy type thing, you could just keep doing that because it has that as part of the carving.
Mine aren't like that. I don't have like a whole kit of them.
No, I know, but I'm saying they have them out there, I'm sure. But if you're only using them
and
once,
I wonder what Sarah uses because she carves plastic pumpkins.
Well, they use that machine, I think. They have it done on that printer. Don't they do it that way?
I don't. I think she can print the picture and put it on.
And then she carves it out.
She has to cut it out with the tool.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
And she does some pretty extravagant ones. She did a nice T-Rex for Ben.
Yeah, the T-Rex come out really
cute.
nice. Yeah,
it was cute.
We've got one that she carved that has an F on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put it right out front. The F.
For Frank.
Should have a U on there too.
F-U.
On the bottom. Some scary movies. What is this? Do you watch? I know we don't watch.
I don't care.
Have you ever watched a scary movie that even everybody like?
No, if
as a
something
kid?
jumps out at you, like if someone's knocking on the door and you know someone's going to open it and jump you out, I still scream.
Yeah,
I still
you do
go,
that.
Ah!
Even with a comedy.
Yes.
That seems a little. Yeah. I've seen you do that. Halloween is the number one best Halloween movie ever ranked. Was Halloween 1978. 78. Man, do I feel old.
Here.
So I wasn't middle school. 78. Because I graduated in 84. So yeah. So I would have been 12.
I would have been in 8th grade going
11,
into 9th. Yeah.
13. I've been 13.
I'd have been in
78.
8th grade, yeah.
So, yeah, 13 years old I watched Halloween. Hocus Pocus is very popular. It's number 2. Who is it?
Zachary.
Well, go ahead and answer it. We'll put him on. Put him up. You put him on speaker.
Hello, you're on the air.
Is he on there?
Did you hear me?
You have it on silent?
No, it's on there. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You're on the air.
Hey, Zach, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
We're talking Halloween. So what is your favorite Halloween memory?
Oh, geez.
I know I kind of caught you, but this is, I kind of caught you off guard there. We're getting ready for our Halloween show, so I thought I'd ask you. Seeing you called, maybe the timing is
perfect.
Is perfect.
Well, I remember the year that Nate wore a trash can. He was like a hobo.
Oh, Nathan,
Man, I
yeah,
forgot.
carried a trash can.
I
Yeah.
forgot
He
about
carried
that.
a trash can, and then but then Anthony was with him too, and I think he wore garbage bags.
Yeah,
Yes.
that might be. Yeah.
That's
And,
right. I forgot about
I think
that.
that year I had that Riddler costume from when Jim Carrey played him.
Oh,
It was like
yes. The Batman movie.
Riddle me this.
Yeah.
Riddle
Yes.
me that. Yeah.
that was a pretty good year.
Do you have, of all, because you dressed up a lot, do you have a favorite Halloween costume you liked? You thought, well, that was the best one?
Well,
Besides, I mean, obviously Riddler, you liked that one, obviously.
yeah, I like that one.
I remember I dressed him up as Dracula when he was like 3 or 4, 2.
I didn't like that one.
I know he wanted to be dressed up as it, and I had the cape left from Nathan and everything. And when I painted his face white, he looked in the mirror and he scared himself, and made me wash it all off. I remember that year.
I cried.
Yeah, he cried. I had to take it off of him. He's like, "Oh, that's too scary for people."
Did he go as Jack Black? Or no, he did not. That was just he didn't go to Halloween and was Jack
You
Black,
mean
did he?
Jack Sparrow?
Or why do I keep saying Jack
Sparrow.
Black?
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Black
yes,
is
he
the
did
actor
go.
and
He
Jack
did
Sparrow.
go as Jack
Oh, he
Sparrow
did.
one
Okay.
year. Couple
Well, I
years
keep saying
maybe.
Jack Black all the time.
Because we got a better hat than second year.
I think my favorite. Well, I don't know. Recently, because the kids at school say I look like the Onceler
Yeah.
from the Lorax movie. So I won the Halloween contest when we made that just homemade Onceler costume.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was a pretty good one.
I remember that. Then someone in school dressed up as you. That was funny.
Oh yeah, and then somebody won on the Spirit Week because they dressed up as me.
Yeah, that was
and
Spirit Week. Yeah.
They wore their shoes by stepping on the backs.
Oh crap! But yeah, we're just like I said. Hey, favorite Halloween candy? Let's just say your favorite candy. But I mean, maybe it's specific to Halloween? But
I like Snickers.
okay. Have to remember that Snickers.
What do you
Snickers for
think is
Zack.
number 1 on the list?
Probably Reese's Cups.
Yep. Reese's Cups, number 1. Yeah, we got to have you guys back on the. There was something we wanted to do. Oh, I know what we were going to do. We were going to do that one test where you answer the questions and it tells you
Your soulmate.
Your soulmate tells you the first. An AI does it, so it tells you you answer these questions and it gives you the first initial and their eye color and their height of your soulmate.
Interesting.
Guess what it said? My soulmate's eye color was.
Well, I hope it said brown.
Nope, it said blue.
And blue. And it did
Got
get
his
to my
height right,
It got
but
my height right.
and it said
The initial
was J,
J,
which
yeah.
is his second,
My middle
his middle
initial.
name.
Well, maybe he was supposed to have blue eyes. So.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I
Anyway,
know all 3 of their kids in their family have brown eyes, so.
Favorite Halloween horror movie? You don't watch a lot of them, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he likes horrors.
Oh, okay.
I watch all the really terrible ones. Those are my favorite ones.
He gets that from his grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
He laughs at him, right?
Grandpa Joe used to do
the
that.
ones that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
then he laughs at him. That's what Grandpa Joe used to
He used
like.
to do that all the time.
You got his sense of humor.
He'd sit there and watch the worst movie for 3 hours. Like, Dad, what are you doing? I don't know. He says this is horrible, but I can't stop watching it.
It's like a train wreck.
I've always liked, for the more serious ones, I've always liked The Sixth Sense. That's the I See Dead People.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Willis.
I like Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, geez, yeah. I don't even know if those are on here. Like right now, these are Nightmare Before Christmas.
I do like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Halloween 1978. I saw that one.
The Michael Myers.
Yeah. Scream is on here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like those ones.
You don't like Chucky?
They're okay.
Casper is on the list.
I like Casper.
Yeah, I
the
did too.
Friendly
I
Ghost.
saw that one, but that's not really, to me, see, it's not like The Exorcist.
No,
It's not that the horror. That's more of the Friday the 13th. Those kind of, I don't know. But anyway, The Karate Kid is on here. How's The Karate Kid a horror movie?
The Karate Kid's not a horror movie.
I know. E.T. is on here. What a bunch of, maybe it was just movies.
That's a great one, though.
E.T.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, it takes
Oh,
place
you know what? During Halloween,
'cause-
that's right.
Yeah, because they're
It
trick
does.
or treating. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, they put him in a ghost costume.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
So I don't know. Does that count as a Halloween movie then?
Well,
I
it's
guess
just like I lost it. What's the movie everybody talks about Christmas with Bruce Willis and Die Hard? They all say is Die Hard a Christmas
it takes
movie?
place during Christmas, so it must be a Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
a lot of people really vehemently did not say it does not. It's not a Christmas movie, but it does happen during
Christmas.
And they even have a Christmas party or something. Yeah.
Well, Sarah said her favorite is The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh,
Okay,
there you go.
That's a classic.
That is.
Yeah.
What's her favorite candy?
Oh, wait, I know this one.
Okay.
It's a Reese's Take 5. Or no.
Oh,
What's it called?
there is a
Reese's Sticks.
Reese's Sticks. There is a Take
Yeah,
5 though.
I'll
It's
have to try
it's
that.
almost like she says Kit Kat, but I say it's more like a Nutty Buddy. That
Oh, okay. Is that
you know
the?
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it has wafer and then like peanut butter in the middle.
Okay, that sounds like you, Terry.
Yeah, something I would
You
like.
like peanut butter. We got to have you guys back on the show, and then we got to do your show too. Don't, ladies and gentlemen, Zach and Sarah have. If you like some really, I think it's interesting. They do a lot of guessing games. It's Random Generation. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what actually one of the reasons I was calling you. I wanted to see if you wanted to do a show. Because we got a game called Two Truths and AI.
Okay.
And so we have, two facts. We were going to do like the Halloween edition or maybe like true crime edition. There's two true
Things.
facts, and then one is made up by AI.
Okay.
You can see if you can guess which one is made up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We can use.
We would have to do it sometime this week because on Saturday I'm leaving for
Michigan.
And then when I get back, you're dropping
Yeah,
the dog off.
that's right.
with
You're
me
going to
'cause
Florida.
You're going to Florida for a wedding.
Yeah.
Yep, I can't wait.
He's excited. That's good. Yeah,
I
that
hope
sounds
you get
great.
good weather.
And we could do the show here or wherever. I could bring my stuff if we want to. Well, you have a way of recording it, so I can just bring extra mics and we'll figure out how to hook it up.
Yeah.
So we have mics for everybody.
Yeah, whatever is easier.
Okay. Well, we'll have to set up a date for that then. We'll do it this week.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Or today. I don't care.
Do you want me
come
to
over?
call you back as soon as we're done with the show?
We're almost done. He took us right up to the end.
Whenever you're done, just
All right.
give me a call.
Okay. I'll call you back in
All
a
right,
little
bye.
bit. Okay. All right. Bye.
Good timing.
Bye.
Bye. I think he just made the show more interesting. 'Cause you know what I mean?
Probably.
It's cool. I should have called all the kids and said, what's your favorite
Yeah.
Halloween? Because Lauren, I'm sure she loves Halloween, so I'm sure she had.
RJ has
And
been
RJ's
a Halloween,
always been a Halloween-
connoisseur. In college, he was still throwing Halloween parties.
I should call Nathan and say, hey, I don't have my phone. Say, what's your favorite Halloween
mine?
memory? No, we're going to have to do the next time. We'll do a Halloween thing. We'll ask the kids, get their perspective on Halloween, yay or nay. But
I
yeah.
think our kids enjoyed Halloween.
The main thing I think we want to say is please be careful out there. The sad part is, and it is sad, that you have
most people are out there just for fun, but there are some that are.
Well, I'm talking about people give away candy. You don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
You got to have it checked.
there are some that are
Just, if you
just
don't, I
take
guess,
the evil holiday for evil.
I guess my question would be, if you don't really know the people, would you have a separate bag?
I've done that.
Have you done that?
I mean, and when our kids were younger, I usually didn't. I paid attention to the few new people that moved in and saw what they got from their house.
Right.
But
do you mind other people coming from other neighborhoods to your house? See,
I mean, we had your
only get
niece
20
came
anyway.
one time, and then she went someplace else, and her dad had her candy X-rayed, and they keep everything that's on the X-ray table if one thing shows something in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they
lost
kept
all her candy.
her candy that year. And I never have done any of that because we usually when in our neighborhood where we knew most of the people from our neighborhood. And a lot of them were elderly and didn't give out because they were...
Yeah, the lights are not on. They're not usually not given out.
Yeah, I mean, they did... And I can see why some of the elderly wouldn't want people knocking on their doors.
Unfortunately, like I said, it's the time we're living. It's an unfortunate time, but we have to be safe, and that's what we're asking you to do, is be safe this Halloween. Have a very fun Halloween if you can. Make it fun. Be safe. And thank you for joining us. It's been fun reminiscing back, although I don't have a lot of memories I just remember my dad going through all the Halloween candy. I think he was like put in section, but I never noticed. I was too young, too excited about
whatever.
We did our whole neighborhood. We had a lot of kids in our neighborhood, so a lot of people were giving out back then. So anyway, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Monday we have a new episode, and Terry is going away, so we're going to try and do a podcast for next week. And maybe it might be a short one, but we'll try to put something together. And I'm sure I'll have some kind of stories to talk about.
You'll have something for us to talk about.
And thanks so much for listening. Again, subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud. You can also leave messages on Spotify, and Apple is now starting to leave little notes if you want to do that. And eventually I want to get Sarah to help us put our podcast on YouTube. And I won't be video, it'll be audio only at that point.
But she does some kind of videos.
Yeah.
She does pictures.
So we can do the pop-up pictures and maybe do something.
She does pop-up pictures.
It
has to take some time, though.
Well, that'll be one that comes out, like every so often. But that's in the future.
The pictures, yeah.
Until Terry and I do, we're willing to put ourselves on video, and
we would have to actually, comb our hair and stuff.
What you have on looks great. This is what I would wear. What makes a difference? Then I'd find out if I'm wearing the same clothes over
and over again by watching your own videos.
Exactly. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we're out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.